What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of the Got Next podcast. I'm your host, Mitchell Baldwin, my co-host, Donovan Moore.
Yes, sir. What's going on?
No need for introduction. Bennet, Nate Ash back with us this week, man.
Yes,
Good to be back, fellas. We had the week off last week, but excited to return.
That's all, just a little bye week.
Yeah.
Nah, it was cool, bro. It was nice. It was refreshing not to have to edit no video. It was cool for a week, man. It was cool. So, let's get back to some week eight action, And so we're gonna check in with our standings between us three, see who's winning so far, and then just check off each game this week. So I hope you guys like the video. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, all that type of stuff, and enjoy the intro.
Yo, turn it up, Slay. I can't hear nothing.
We're right back at it. We still did our picks secretly last week. So last week, week 7, Bennet Bones Nate Ash 8-5, solid week for him. And then me and Mitch right there at 9-4. So everything is still neck and neck. And if y'all keeping tally, the overall standings as we sit today, I am still in first with 71 wins. Mitch is a couple games behind with 68 wins. And then you got Bennet with 66 wins, but still 8 to 9 weeks left in the season. So it can still go anybody's way.
Alrighty, so we kick off week 8 with Thursday night matchup. The Packers are going to Arizona to play the Cardinals, and it seems as if they're going without a couple of coaches and players, notably Devontae Adams, their leading receiver, probably the league's best receiver right now, will be missing Thursday night because he tested positive. So, I mean, with the first pick, I'm going to pick the Cardinals to win that game. I was thinking of picking them because, they have my respect. They haven't lost yet. But I also thought possibly they'd choke on the national spotlight. But I think this absence for the Packers gives them a huge advantage, and I think they advance the 8-0.
Yeah, I feel like if Devontae Adams was playing, it could definitely be a different game. But, if there's anybody that can win this, is Aaron Rodgers. He can literally throw the ball to anybody and make them look like a great receiver. But I just can't see the Cardinals losing in this one. Packers are missing a lot of people in their defensive secondary as well. So I like the Cardinals in this as well.
Regardless of the Packers' injuries, I was going to pick the Cardinals just because they're the only undefeated team left, and they are nasty. So, yeah, I'm rocking with the Cardinals.
All right, next we got the Panthers going to play the Falcons in Atlanta. I'm going to pick the Falcons because it looks like they've been doing a little better and the Panthers have been struggling. We're looking at Sam Darnold. He kind of looks like he's playing similar to how he did during his New York Jet career. So it looks like, Matt Ryan's looking a little bit more like his ordinary self. I still don't think, the Falcons are that good of a team, but they have the chance to get the 4-3. I think the first time they would be over 500 in over 2 years. So possibly 3 years, actually. So I'm going to go with the Falcons.
Oh, man. Yeah. The Panthers have lost, 4 straight after starting out 3-0, just like the Denver Broncos. 2 struggling teams right there. Sam Darnold is back to his New York Jets ways, and then still no Christian McCaffrey. I like the Falcons as well at home. I like the Falcons to win this one.
I also like the Falcons this week. I thought that the Dolphins were going to take them out last week, and they didn't let it happen. So I like the Falcons this week. They're looking a little bit better as the season progresses.
Next, we got the Dolphins playing the Bills in Buffalo, who are fresh off a bye week. I think it's pretty quick and easy. Can we all say it once? Go once, twice. Bills.
Bills.
Bills. Yeah.
We're a little off there, but that's probably how Tua's going to be during his game this weekend.
Deshaun Watson, though. I think it's definitely a talking point. The talks have intensified over the last few weeks. I think Deshaun Watson might be on the Dolphins soon.
Yeah, hey. It seems like the Dolphins just they started 1-0, beat the Patriots in week 1. They just lost 6 straight after, where they just I guess they just don't believe in their team right now, don't believe in their coach. It's a sad situation in Miami, but let's be realistic. No one really has a chance in that division besides the Bills. And the Bills are looking like Super Bowl contenders, despite the fact that they lost to the Titans on Monday night a couple weeks back. The next game, we got the 49ers at the Bears. This is awful confusing because the Niners started 2-0, but they just can't win at home or anywhere right now. Looks like Kyle Shanahan's offensive schemes have been had by the league ever since they made it to the Super Bowl. Yeah, this would be a great opportunity for them to bounce back. I'm going to pick the Bears.
Yeah, this is definitely one of those toss-up games because the Niners have been a struggling team, but at the same token, the Bears have been kind of wishy-washy. They don't have their coach this week. I think he tested positive for COVID, but it's like the Bears have lost the games they were supposed to lose, but they won the games they were supposed to win. I think I might go Bears this week as well. Yeah, I'm going with the Bears. They got a strong defense, and I think they'll really attack that San Francisco defense as well. So I like Chicago this week.
The Bears got absolutely embarrassed last week. Was that by the Bucs last week? I think it was. Dude, so yeah, I think that they're going to be hungry this week, and I think San Francisco is not too hard of an opponent. So I think Justin Fields is going to look to have a comeback week this week. I'm going to rock with the Bears.
All right, next we got the Steelers at the Browns. The Steelers are coming off a bye week, and the Browns still haven't named the starter for this week. Case Keenum, however, looks like he's probably one of the better backups in the league. I mean, he was a starter. This is one of those, neck and neck games, 50-50 games where I just think, if I take my bias out of it, I'd probably just go with the home team. So I'm going to go with the Browns, like 13-10, 23-20, something along those lines.
Yeah. I actually think I'm taking the Steelers this week. One of the Steelers' strengths is their run defense, and the Browns heavily lean on the run game.
Right.
We've known the Steelers' success since Ben Roethlisberger's been quarterback against Cleveland. Coming off a bye week as well, Mike Tomlin's one of the best coaches in the league. I like Pittsburgh this week, beating Cleveland, no matter who's at quarterback.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, the Browns still have a lot of injuries that they have to address at this point. And last week, they still had all those injuries, and Odell Beckham gets 2 receptions for 23 yards or something like that. Something's definitely going wrong in Cleveland. So I can't rock with them this week. I might have to go with the Steelers.
And you guys got more confidence in my team than I do, but I guess I haven't seen enough yet to believe in them. So next we got the Eagles at the Lions, and I actually am going to pick the Lions to win their first game this year. I mean, the Eagles probably should win, but I just haven't seen it out of them, and I think the Lions are getting hungrier each week, man. They'll play like 3 games really close, get blown out, play 3 games really close, get blown out, and then last week they kind of took the Rams down to the wire. I think they finally get a dub on the board this week and beat the Eagles, who are clearly struggling right now.
Yeah, the Lions have been just so close to winning in almost every game they played. If Justin Tucker didn't hit almost a 70-yard field goal, they would have beat the Ravens, and they lost the same way to the Vikings. I forget who else they played, but it was a tough out. But I like the Lions this week as well. Philly's a bad team, so is Detroit, but Detroit's due for a win eventually. I think this will be the week.
Yeah, I think Hawkinson is coming off of a little bit of a knee injury here the last 2 weeks. He hasn't really been himself over the last 2 weeks, but I think this week is going to be his coming out party. I think he's back to normal. And I feel like when teams really stick in games with the Eagles aren't clutch enough to really pull it out at the end. So I'm going to rock with the Lions this week as well.
Looks like we all think the Lions are getting their first win of the season. Next, we got a divisional matchup, an AFC South matchup, the Titans at the Colts. Now, this is just a personal take I have on the Titans. I feel like, I almost picked them to beat the Bills, but I decided to go with the Bills. Congrats to the Titans. They won that game. I did pick the Titans to beat the Chiefs last week because the Chiefs haven't won back-to-back games all year, and I think, Titans match up well against them. They obviously, obliterated the Chiefs. But I'm actually going to pick the Colts in this one, and here's why. I feel like the Colts aren't as bad as a team as their record shows. I've been saying that all year. But also I feel like the Titans are one of those teams when you ride too high on them, it's when they dip. But when they dip too low is when they rise to the occasion. So I think this is a perfect week for them to lose. And I obviously still think they're going to win the division over the Colts, but I just think, the Colts are making a comeback right now. And they're a 500 ball club, essentially, and they see the opportunity to get to 500 this week. So I think they beat the Titans in a tight battle at home.
That's actually a great point you made because I was thinking about taking the Colts as well. They're division rivals. It's always a tough game when those two teams play. And the Colts have a pretty strong run defense. We saw what they did to the 49ers on Sunday night in the game. They were the underdogs in. I'm actually going to go with the Colts as well. It's hard to put your faith in Carson Wentz. I'm actually putting my faith in the coach. I like Frank Reich as a coach. They have a strong defense. Indianapolis does. And I got Michael Pittman on my fantasy team, and he's a pretty solid player. So I like the Colts this week.
Yeah, maybe I'm still learning a lot about football, man. But when I look at this matchup, I don't think there's a chance here. I don't think there's a game here. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think the Titans, man, I think they're gonna be really good. You know, Derrick Henry's gonna be Derrick Henry. Julio Jones is even further removed from that hamstring injury. AJ Brown is back as well. So I think fully souped up, I think the Titans just have more than the Colts do. I'm gonna rock with the Titans.
Yeah, I would agree with you there, but something happened when they played the Jets, and I feel like that might be coming again this week.
Bro, and I don't really feel good about picking them because I'm the one that pointed that out the next week. But yeah, this is probably going to be my last Tennessee Titans pick when it's a toss-up. So hope it goes well.
The next two games we could probably run through in.
Nothing really to talk about here. Bengals Rams for me.
We all got the Bengals defeating the Jets and the Rams defeating the Texans. For those who don't know who the opponents are, but enough said there. Now we're on to the 4:00 games. We got the Patriots at the Chargers. Now, part of me wants to pick this upset so bad because I know you can't always base last year's scores off of what's happening this year, but the Patriots did beat them 45-0 last year in Los Angeles. And I feel like Belichick is going to game plan well against Herbert, and I feel like the Patriots are getting more confident. I picked them to beat the Cowboys a couple of weeks ago. They nearly pulled off that upset, but they just didn't have the defense to contain Dak when it mattered most. And they just absolutely took all their anger out on the Jets last week, who, obviously are one of the bottom teams in the league. But Mac Jones, I see progressing, each week. God, I want to pick this upset so badly. I'm actually going to pick the upset. I'm going to pick the Patriots to upset the Chargers.
Like it. I do.
Yeah. I could definitely see how you choose that. I just can't see the Patriots winning this game. I think all of their wins have come against mediocre or bad teams. I think they beat the Jets twice and the Texans. So those are pretty much games they're supposed to win. I feel like this week versus the Chargers, they just don't have an answer for Justin Herbert. I feel like the NFL is mostly based off what team has the better quarterback, and the Chargers got the better quarterback. I like the Chargers in this one.
I like the Patriots a lot recently. I think that their defense is always going to be a factor in games, but I just don't think they have enough offense to beat the Chargers. I really don't. I'm going to rock with the Chargers this week, but I do think it'll be a close game, and I can see the Patriots winning this week. I can.
Next, we got the Jaguars at the Seahawks. I think Geno Smith this week will pick up his first win as a Seahawk starter. I think it potentially could be close, but the Seahawks have lost some heartbreaking games the last 2 weeks to the Steelers and the Saints. I think, them being at home, the 12th man will play a big role here, and they'll get. I think even though they don't have that good of a defense, they're playing a little better. They'll get after Trevor and take care of the game, and they'll get the 3-5. They need to win this game. I know they're probably not going to make the playoffs, but they're in a tough division, the toughest division in the NFC probably. I think they win this game.
Yeah, I like the Seahawks as well as this one. They lost 2 heartbreakers back-to-back weeks, close games. I think they lost by 3 each time. The Jaguars are just not a good team. I like Seattle at home.
Yep, I got the Seahawks. Absolutely. I don't think there's any debate here.
Next, we got the Washington football team at the Denver Broncos. This is a tough game to pick because the Broncos started 3-0 and they're now 3-4. And Washington just, hasn't solved their issues on defense. They played a little more inspired last week, but just didn't have the offense to compete against the Packers. I like kind of like the Steelers-Browns game. I think this is a game where you just got to, go with the home team here, which in this case is the Broncos. So I'm going to pick the Broncos here.
Yeah, well, Washington's coming in on, I think, about a 3-game losing streak, and Denver's coming in on a 4-game losing streak. Somebody's got to win. For Washington, I just feel like this game pretty much defines the season. If they want to make a late season wild card push, this is a game you have to win. So I'm putting my heart out on the line, and I'm gonna trust Washington this week. But if they don't win this one, that's it. Because they got Tampa coming into town after that. So y'all know how that's gonna go.
Yeah, absolutely. I like what Dono said about this is make or break for the Washington football team. I did draft their defense at the beginning of the year, expecting them to be a juggernaut. They are far from a juggernaut at this point, but I can't pick the Broncos personally. I'm not going to give up on the football team just yet. I do think that they could get a dub here. But yeah, if they lose here, then that's it. I'm done picking the Titans if they lose this week. I'm done picking the football team if they lose this week. So hopefully we can get some dubs for both of them. Yeah.
Next, we got the Bucs at the Saints. Honestly, like looking at the Bucs schedule before the season, I said to myself, there's going to be a game that they lose that they're just not supposed to lose. The Rams wasn't that game. I picked the Rams to win that game. They beat the Bucs. Obviously, if it were the playoffs, I'd have picked differently. I honestly do think there's a chance the Saints could get the upset here, but I just don't see Jameis Winston beating his old team here. And I just think the Bucs are on such a roll right now that, and the Saints are 4-2. Credit to them that they're doing so well without Drew Brees, but they just don't have the weapons to compete with the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers, you need to score a certain amount of points to beat the Buccaneers, and the Saints don't have the arsenal at their disposal to do that.
Yeah, Tom Brady's just having a crazy season.
Okay.
Side note, if I was that guy that got the 600th touchdown, I was not giving that jump back. You have to pay me like $300,000 for that football.
I wonder what they would have. I wonder what they gave him for that. Probably like season tickets for the rest of the season.
Oh, they said they gave him season tickets for the rest of this year and next year. Two signed Tom Brady jerseys and a helmet, like some stock in Bitcoin, $1,000 worth of credit to the team store, and then 2 signed Mike Evans jerseys. And that
Oh no, I'm taking that package. I don't even know.
They said the football would have been worth more than $700,000.
Are you man? I didn't know that. I didn't know that. But I'm thinking like a Tom Brady signed jersey might be worth a lot. I don't know. Is it game worn? I want to know that.
I think. Oh yeah, and they gave him game worn cleats. But $700,000, or he could have auctioned it off for even more. But besides the point, I like Tampa Bay this week over the Saints. They're by far the better team here. Too many weapons on offense. Gronk is probably coming back. Antonio Brown's coming back after missing last week's game. Their defense is just clicking on all cylinders. I like the Bucs.
Definitely have the Bucs here. I think that the conversation of whether the return on that football was more important than this game. So I'm gonna rock with the Bucs easily, but I think that's a pretty good topic. I want to get more into.
Yeah.
They'll probably let that dude fire the cannons at Bucs games for the rest of his life.
I feel like as a fan, they gave him a good package for sure.
For sure.
Bro, so say LeBron breaks Kareem record for the most points all time in NBA history, and you just somehow get the basketball. You just gonna give that Joan back?
I think that's different though. Well, Tom Brady's nobody's ever done that before, right?
Nobody's ever thrown for 600.
I'm keeping the football. That's me.
Exactly.
Yep.
Well, I guess Mitch will get to your team next Sunday night matchup. We got the Cowboys at the Vikings. Now, ever since the Vikings have gotten Kirk Cousins, they've been like the most average team in the world, and it's because Kirk Cousins is like the most average quarterback in the world. Like, and even though the Vikings won their last couple of games, credit to them. They were in the NFC Championship the year before they got Kirk Cousins. If anybody forgot that, but the storyline of this year, it looks like the Vikings figure out a way to lose close games, and the Cowboys are figuring out ways to win games this year. So that's really the big difference. And obviously, Dak Prescott's a better quarterback than Kirk Cousins at, not only at this point in their careers, but just all time as well. He's shown a lot more. So, I mean, I think it'll be a close game, but I think the Cowboys are going to win.
Yeah, Dallas is just having a great season so far. I believe they haven't lost since they beat Tampa Bay. I mean, they haven't lost since they lost to Tampa Bay opening week. I think they're on a 5-game winning streak. And like I said earlier, sometimes you just got to go with the better quarterback. Dak is a better quarterback than Kirk Cousins. I think CeeDee Lamb will have a big game here versus the Vikings. I like Dallas Sunday night.
Off of a week of rest, after already torching the league, I feel like there's nothing else we can really do at this point. I feel like the Vikings are a good team though, for sure. I think Dalvin Cook might have a big week or whatever, but I like our run game better. I like our offense, and I mean Trayvon Diggs, can't continue to do what he's been doing. I don't really see an issue with beating the Vikings this week, so I'm gonna rock with the Cowboys.
And then last but not least, we got Monday Night Football, the Giants at the Chiefs. The Chiefs just seem to be going win-loss, 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 win this year. I think they get back to 500. It's going to be a test. I think, do they play the Cowboys next after the Giants? That's going to be a real test for the Chiefs because they play the Cowboys in Kansas City. I know that. So, like, if they lose that, they're just – I mean, I already don't think the Chiefs are winning this year. They just don't have the defense to compete with some of these other teams. Like, Patrick Mahomes only plays one position on one side of the field. He can only do so much. And I just think teams are starting to realize outside of their big three on offense, they don't really have anything else that's even close to elite. So, I mean, obviously, I think the Chiefs will figure their stuff out by year's end. And they don't play the Cowboys next week, by the way. They play the Packers. But I think they're going to struggle for a while until, like, you know, the fourth quarter of the season, and then they'll, you know, sneak in the playoffs. But it's just not their year. But nevertheless, you know, the Giants will not beat them this week. They're too damn good to lose that game.
Yeah, Kansas City at home on a Monday night. I can see Mahomes going for 300 plus, 3 touchdowns. I got Chiefs.
Yeah, Mahomes doesn't go for 600 plus. I'm about to drop him on my fantasy team. He has to make up for that stinker from last week, bro. All right, I still got that taste in my mouth. That was disgusting. I can't believe he did that, bro. I'm so mad. I lost because of Patrick Mahomes, bro. I never thought I would say that this entire season, bro. Disgusting. But anyway, yeah, he needs to pop off this week. I'm all for him to pop off this week, Kansas City. But if he doesn't, drop immediately. Drop.
And for those of you who didn't know, the Ravens and Raiders both have bye weeks this week, so they'll both be back next week. We're almost midway through the season, guys. You know, we'll have a mid-season, you know, recap of the season at some point and talk about, you know, the possible award winners at the end of the year. So it's been a great season so far. It's been a little bit of a surprising year. I'm interested to see how things turn out. I have a feeling the playoffs are going to be really exciting this year.
Yeah, I think that we should definitely do that award show. I think next week will be a good week. I think it's a little bit past halfway, so I think those will be some pretty good predictions. But other than that, anything else you guys want to say?
Nah, just another great episode, fellas. Everybody just keep tuning in, stay tuned on the picks, and see how y'all rank up against us.
It's going by fast. That's all I gotta say. I remember it like it was yesterday when we made week 1 predictions.
Nah, absolutely. We're just gonna keep going from here, man. But thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe on the video, and we'll see y'all next week, man.